says sending data, but then it's live quicker than you think. I see. All right, if anyone's there, just give us a few minutes to get all set up. We had an update, of course. When do updates always sneak attack on us? About 8:45 on a Friday night. So we're running behind. Hopefully, I've not lost everybody. People who come at 9 o'clock and realize I'm not there, and they're like, oh, she mustn't be doing one tonight. But I am. I'm just struggling. Struggling with computers. That's just the way it is tonight, I'm afraid. Yay! We've got Candy. Yay! Candy's here. And Iris is here as well. Hello! Sorry for the wait, you guys. Hopefully you went and helped yourself to a nice, warm, relaxing cup of tea while you were waiting on me to get my silly update sorted on my computer. I did pop a little thing on Instagram, but by the time I managed to grab my phone to do that, it was about 10 minutes ago. All right, so we're just getting all set up. I'll wait for Craig to give me the green light before we go very much further. I have some new oxides. Yay! I think this is the third set, maybe the third set of colors. Third or fourth, I'm not quite sure. They were released about this time last year. And I finally got them to add to the collection. Although I'm not sure my storage unit is going to be able to hold them, to be honest. So we'll see. I just thought that seeing as I didn't have any other plans for tonight, so far anyway, I would keep these out and maybe we'll play some stamp roulette or something. And if any of these colors speak to me, then I can play with them tonight as well. What about you guys? Have you got the full collection of inks? Are you a full ink collection kind of person? I'm not normally, but for distress inks, I was definitely. And for oxides, less so. But I like to have the color choice there. I wasn't as desperate for these because I think I still prefer the inks over the oxides. And you can use them together. So if I really needed a color, I could just use the ink version instead of the oxide. Beautiful. I'll need to get Piper enlisted now to put name tags on all of them, a little label on them all. Put these over here. Hi Rian, hi Wendy, how are we doing today? All right, let's move some of these things out of the way. Still not got the green light from Craig, but I'm just gonna keep going. You think I'm all right? All right, cool, cool, cool. I am going to pick something, I'm not sure what. I'm going to pick this set to play with today. This is called Yay Kites and it is by Longfon. I think I fancy using this today. Maybe I shall use my, where is it, Shabby Shutters, and maybe some shaded lilac as well. I'll have a little kite on the go. Iris says, I'm not really the full collection type of person. And Wendy says, I have the full set of distress inks and a lot of the oxides, but I also like the inks better. Yeah, or at least my wallet isn't. Yeah, I know, right? Candy doesn't have the full collection, but adding a few here and there. Ooh, the other thing that I got, look at this, my pretties. Can you see? Ooh. these oval brushes. I know I spoke about them last week, a week before maybe. And they're the makeup brushes. And Picket Fence Studios has got they call them the life-changing blending brushes. So these are not the Picket Fence one, these are just ones from Amazon, but I wanted to test them out. So I think I might do that tonight. Let's get some cardstock on the go. See what I can find. Over here. I want to grab some of that paint on cardstock for this. And I think it might be fun to have a shaped card. So I'm going to grab my circles. Yeah, and I'm going to have a big 5.5 inch square circle. That will be really fun, I think. Wendy says, I have those sitting in my cart, but haven't purchased them yet. Over here, they're quite cheap. I think I got a pack of 10 for maybe a pack of 10 brushes. I think it was £8. So I'm trying to figure out, is that like $10 maybe? I actually did want them all the same size. I want to have one for each color, but I couldn't find them at all. I couldn't find them anywhere which sold them individually. So I thought, well, before I spend a lot of time trying to figure out where to get them all individually, I will just investigate and see if I actually like them first of all. All right, so I've cut out a circle, and then I'm going to use the bottom half of this to cut another portion of a circle, and that's going to be for my grass area. And that is using the Heffy Doodle stitch circle dies. And now I'm going to grab the Grassy Lass stitched border, not stitched, Grassy Lass grass border dies. But I have them over here, I think, because I was using them today. Yes, I was. We've got a new release coming soon, so watch this space. We have got sneaks coming from, I think it's the 23rd. Yes, Zoe, I got the brushes. So we've got sneaks coming from the 23rd, and we have got, we've got the new release going live on the 1st of July. I think. No, maybe it's the 30th. It's either the 30th of June or the 1st of July. I'm not 100% sure. You'll need to keep an eye on the blog. But we've got our pre-orders going live then. So the new release is coming. So that means this week I have actually been getting crafty, which is different for me. Normally, my crafty time is pretty much exclusively this time with you guys. Sad for me. Ranger, lie down, please. Ranger has been a super punk this week. I think he is getting into the old teenage phase. Lie down, go to bed, please. Lie down, go to bed. I'll just have to ignore him and see what happens. All right. So let's get this as well. Hi Donna, how you doing? So I'm going to have a background here, and we're going to ink up this, and I'm going to use the Shabby Shutters Oxide. So let's use this. So these ones have a little bit of flex to them. Oh, excuse me. He'll be in and out all day. I do think that it's hard to clean them. Like earlier, I was using them. I used it for pink earlier, and then I tried to use it for a light grey, and a lot of the, albeit it was a light pink, the light pink was still on the brush, despite the fact that I tried to clean it. So maybe I'll have to look up and see if there's a trick to getting them nice and clean. Pam says, watching on the road, yay. Where are you off to today, Pam? Are you adventuring? Oh, I should mention straight away, and also later on, that there will be no Come Craft With Me for 2 weeks, because next Thursday I fly to California. I'm off to see my friend Nick, who is my best friend growing up and Piper's godfather. And then on the following Tuesday, I fly from California to Minnesota to go to Junkie Fest. So I will be at Junkie Fest on that Friday night. I don't know what the time, what basically everything's going to be like time-wise. So as I always promise this and then never deliver. if I remember and if I get a chance, I might be able to do something from my my phone or something. I'd be well up for that, but it depends on the time difference and everything. So we'll see. Otherwise, there'll be no Come Craft With Me for 2 weeks. I'm so sorry. Donna says, did a lot of crafting yesterday, today not so much. Took a long nap, yay. Candy says, I rub mine on a microfiber towel. Oh, I do not have a microfiber towel. I should do that. Oh, Snowy Spudges is also saying microfiber cloth. Obviously, you guys have researched this more than I have. Donna says, I'm going to have to order those makeup brushes off Amazon. So how cute is this little dispenser as well? So this is the oval makeup brush acrylic holder, I think it was. And it was £5. So £5 is what? I don't know. It's like $4. I don't know. I can't do conversions in my head. I'm useless at it. Okay, so we got a nice pastel background here. Or what's it called? Brown here. Let's get some shaded lilac for a background. Donna says, oh no, hold on. Pam says, bed and breakfast, 5-year anniversary of the hub. Happy anniversary. Very nice. Sadly for me and Craig, I'm going to be away for our anniversary. I actually said that to Craig about Junkie Fest. It's like, this is when Junkie Fest is. Unfortunately, right over our anniversary. But last year, I'm pretty certain we were at a craft show in Birmingham. We had it right over anniversary. And yeah, we're either really good or really rubbish, depending on what way you look at it. Because we don't really hold each other back, if that makes sense. If something happens on anniversary, we don't hold each other accountable as if it's some sort of magnificent day or something. Obviously, the day we got married was amazing, but celebrating its anniversary is not the same as that. At least for us. So we don't tend to do big things for the old anniversary anyway. So this year, I'm going to be in Junkie Fest and he's going to be at home. Whoops. Candy says, yay, I can craft the life. Yes, that's what we need to do. We need to have a come craft with me at Junkie Fest, and the guest star is Candy. Yay. Okay. Lovely jubbly. I feel like I want to spritz these. So let's actually, do you know what I want to do? I want to, what's the word? Splatter it. Put these over here. Guess what else I got for Junkie Fest specifically? A water bottle. Oh, here. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I need more water now. I have pretty much decided that if I don't want to shrivel up, I should probably start drinking a lot more water. Because believe me, I feel like I'm shriveling up. So I have challenged myself to drink more water. And part of this challenge was, well, let's make it easier to drink water, because I like drinking water when it's cold. But then I didn't like, oh, you're a monkey. Come on in, lie down now, please. Mr. rolled in fox poo earlier, rude. Anyway, part of this lifestyle change was, let's get a bottle that's going to keep things cold. But I really do not like the feel of this. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. And I don't like things with metal rims, which all of these have. But this one had the best color, and it had a plastic top that you can like click open and close again. It does come with a metal, you know, like all the other ones like that, like a metal screw top as well, optional. So you can use whichever one you like. But I like that one. So I got the old vinyl added on there. How cool is that? You think California is 8 hours behind, so that means what, 1 in the afternoon, I mean, is when we'll need to start crafting. Candy, do you think you can set your alarm? You're probably going to be in the middle of like a seminar or a class or something. Very likely. I'm going to be bringing some stuff to sell. So if you have a shopping list or a wish list for things for me to bring, you gotta let me know, because I have no idea what to bring. Oh, Ranger. Thank you, that's mine. Thank you. Oh. All the toys that he has, and he decides to chew on my adhesive foam. It's being a super punk. We do have, Ranger, lie down. In your bed, in your bed. Good boy. We do have a dog show to go to tomorrow, which is exciting. Isn't it, bud? I'm not anticipating winning anything, because he loves dogs so much. So he's on his worst behavior from a listening point of view whenever there's other dogs around. And of course, it's a dog show, so there's going to be a buttload of dogs. I'm not sure how he's going to cope with Mama being away. Oh, poor baby. He really does get a little bit too attached to Mama. All right, a little bit of white Copic on there. Splatter it on. It's really hot in California at the moment, says Donna. Oh, I can't do that. I've got Irish skin. I'm just gonna burn like a crisp. Factor 50 all over. That's what I need to do. Snowy Spludges says, have you seen the stand for them? The one that I've got? Or is it something else? This is the little stand I've got, which I like. I have seen there's like a stand which is a circular stand, but I like this one better. It works better for my storage area. So, yeah. So we'll have to set this to the side. Here in the US on Amazon, the stand is $10 and the brushes are around $13. I hate it when that happens. Okay. So this is going to go down here. I don't really want to put it down there. Oh, well, I suppose it won't matter really. Just want to figure out what we're going to put on here. I'm going to have a look at my slide on over dies or whatever they're called. Ooh, maybe we should put a rainbow in there. Let's pull that out as well when I've got it here. Slide on over semicircles. This might work. I could have a little slider-rooney. To move our kite around perhaps. Candy says 3 o'clock at Junkie Fest. I'll be in Lydia class at Stencil. There you go then. Maybe we should just like record it. Although we're probably not allowed to do that, to be honest. How old is Ranger and what kind of dog? Ranger is 5 months and a little bit. And he is a cockapoo. And he is a cheeky sausage. He's looking at me like, what? No, I'm not. All right, I think I'm going to put this here. But that's still drying. I'll pick him up at the end. He's still a bit of a monkey at the moment, so. Even be for the moment. And hopefully he'll settle down. Normally at this time of the night he is zoinked. All right. We're gonna have a kite. And we're gonna have some sort of a critter holding the kite, but I think let me see if I've got any Heffy doodle critters. What you doing? In, out, in, out, in, out. So we could have a robot. We could have a gnome. The gnome might be cute. I've hardly really used the gnomes. Superhero. Or an elephant. Oh, that might be cute. And I need to see these. I thought maybe we could put a sentiment on there. But the straight banner might work better. Because this curve isn't quite as curved as the actual card, so it might look a bit more peculiar than anything. Hey Bay, how you doing? We're gonna have this. We're going to have, maybe we'll just give it a short tail. And a little string. That would be sweet. I do think he needs a little friend. And maybe put another elephant on there. What do you think? Another elephant? I'm good. I'm good. Had a total panic attack this week, by the way. Well, little meltdown. You know, whenever you look at the calendar and you're like, 1, 2, 3. Wait, what? I go away next week? And yeah, so I discovered that I go away in like a week. And, you know, where you have the intention to do, you know, have so much progress done by the time you go away, and then you realize that that's not going to happen. I had one of those. Because we've got our new release coming up as well. Under pressure. Everything will be fine. Fine, fine, fine. Everything will be fine. It's just when if I'm going all the way to America, I want to be able to actually switch off a little bit and enjoy myself and not have to worry about work. But I think I'm going to have to be realistic and figure out that there is some work I'm going to need to do, but that's okay. So I've pulled out the Tonic Studio stamp cleaner that I bought a little while ago. Just keep kind of forgetting about it, to be honest. Silly me. Might need to die cut this first and then stamp it, depending on how well the stamp holds its shape. We shall see. Where are you going to in the US of A? First of all, I'm going to Palo Alto in California, just outside San Francisco. And then I'm going to Minneapolis, Minnesota for Junkie Fest, which I'm really excited about. Yay! Especially because I get to meet Candy in person. Whoop whoop. What's that? C3. Now C1 I would like. Thank you very much. C1. My friend that I'm going to go see in Palo Alto is Piper's godfather. So she is not impressed about the fact that I'm going to get to go see Nick, and she's not. Poor Piper. Poor kiddo. Sucks the beard. Oh, here, I've still got a thing in my head from earlier. Almost forgot about that. One of my friends was over and she had her 2-year-old kid with her. And Lily came walking in with a pen, and it was a clean color wheel brush marker. And I was like, whoa, please don't lose that. I'll have that. And I just tucked it in my hair above my bubble. It's like a teacher trick, I think. Elephants are still one of our most popular sellers. How funny is that? The very first stamp that we made, if you look, its SKU is HFD 001, 0001 actually. And yeah, still one of the most popular. I think it's because they're so easy to color in. Certainly whenever we have shows and things, they're a really good one to have, so people can test them out. It's good. Faye says, "Ooh, I live about an hour from Minneapolis." Ooh, cool. That's not far. Not far at all. Candy says, I'm excited. I'm excited too. I'm working on projects to bring with me. What are you bringing with you? I really don't know what to do. I'm curious. I'm not signed up for any of the classes and things yet. I'm hoping I might be able just to crash into some of them, but because I was late to the party, as it were, I just messaged Chris and was like, hey. She was like, why don't you come? I'm like, oh, okay. I can do that. I'm up for that. Yay. Little envelopes. Thank you cards for teachers and sponsors. Aww, that is so sweet. And ATCs for people that I made. You are adorable. Yay, Mr. Heffalump. Hey guys, what color should Mr. Heffalump's kite be? Place your bets, please. What color should his kite be? Faye says, is it open to the public? I don't think so, because it's a massive event in regards to the fact that everyone gets goodie bags and freebies and all that kind of stuff. And whenever that happens, it's all locked down, because we sponsored it, so I went and I sent product and stuff to put in the goodie bags. And I think if you opened it to the public, you wouldn't be able to predict exactly how many people are coming. So you need to register, I think. And I mean, it costs, well, I don't know. I don't want to say it costs a lot of money because I think it's going to be worth every single penny of it. But it's a couple $100, I believe. Certainly, I still have to sort out Chris with my money for the food and stuff. Let's get this on here. Oh yes, Candy says it was a pre-registration event. Join Stamp Junkies on Facebook and then you will see when it opens for registration next year. Yes. So I think that's where it all came from. Junkie Fest is from Stamp Junkies, the Facebook group. It's a spin-off, for want of a better word. All right. Loving it. We're going to have a beautiful little kite. Oh, I forgot to stamp this little guy. I feel like I want it to be yellow. Nice and bright. Can we do yellow? This on here. Beautiful. And I'll just colour in this guy before I go any further. I think we'll go for bright yellow all over. And I'm very sad because I'm going to be missing the summer fair, Piper's School Summer Fair, which is always quite an event. Lots of fun. But I'll have to convince Craig to go and bring Piper, support the school. It's getting near that time where it's sports days and this and that and the other. I'm actually thinking I'm going to put a piece of thread on there rather than the paper or stamped string, especially if this is going to be moving. I think that's probably for the best. A little bit more wiggle room, quite literally, to wiggle it around. Awesome. Now I want to have polka dots on this. And my gel pen always winds me up, so I'm going to just use my Copic with a paintbrush. And hopefully there we go. That's nicer polka dots. There we go. Yay! All right. So I know this is going to go up here. Oh no! Oh phew, it dried quite quickly. This is going to go here. We don't need you. I'm on a show called Kitchen Sink Stamps, and she'll say she'll be teaching a class. Oh, cool. It has pictures from last year's. Oh, cool, cool, cool. I've heard of kitchen sink stamps, but I don't think I've seen any. Okay. It's going to be down here. This guy down here. Try not to smoosh this one. It's going to go up there. And it's going to have one of these on it. I think we need some clouds. Let me go grab some stitched, swirly stitched clouds from Heffy Doodle. Here we go. Yes, I've got some. Ooh! Almost give you a sneak peek of the new release there. Everyone's going to be going back and rewinding the video to see what Lesley's accidental. Wow. Little piece of Heffy memo tape stuck on there, showing a stamped image that should not yet be revealed. Ooh, speaking about being revealed, we finally have our cardstock in the Heffy Doodle shop, and I am just so chuffed a bit because lots of our Heffy Doodlers on our Facebook group suggested names for the cardstock, and I love the names. They're awesome. And do you know what? It was really, really hard to pick winning names because there were so many really good ones. But I'm really pleased with the names that we ended up with. So if you're looking for 8.5 by 11 coloured cardstock, we do white cardstock as well, but if you're looking for the 8.5 by 11 coloured cardstock, then head on over to heffydoodle.com/shop. And you will find 12 gorgeous colours. They're great choices, says Candy. Made me hungry. Me too. Better drink some water. I do like that this keeps it really cold. Okay, so we want to put on some lovely, lovely bubbly clouds. And then we can either have a sentiment down here, or we could make him into a slider, but that might be a little bit too much. Not sure. What kind of sentiment? What kind of sentiment do you think would work for this, guys? What do you think? I could have super, like have a super day. Something like that. Hope your day is super. That would work. Should we do that? All right. First things first. Let's die cut this little guy. I'm going to use my Heffy memo tape. Yay! Katrina says, got my order and love it. Woohoo! I am glad. I actually realized after the fact that I packed up a whole lot of the cardstock into the little bags and put them up. We've got a room upstairs. It's actually Craig, per Craig. It's his office, but he's now surrounded by Hefty products until further notice, essentially. And yeah, so I put them all up there, and then I was crafting this week, and I was like, oh, I wanted pink cardstock for something, and I was like, oh, the new cardstock would be perfect. And then I realized that I packed up all of the cardstock and hadn't actually left any for myself to play with. So that was a bit silly, wasn't it? So to create my card base, I'm actually going to take my circle die again and cut another. I'm going to cut two of these because I would have just had this as my card front, but because I've put the hole in it, I think I'm going to need to layer this one up now. So I'll need to cut down two. I have a piece of card here which is a little bit mucky, but that won't matter if I'm layering something on top of it. That'll work just the thing. And then another one right here. After having issues with my computer doing updates, and then my battery ran out, like my first battery ran out, has run out already. I just have this feeling that we're going to be jinxed tonight. So hopefully it's just technology jinxed and not card jinxed from a card point of view. So I want to have these two circles joined together to create a card, and to do that I just crease a section at the top. Normally I probably wouldn't do quite as deep a section here, but because this is an interactive card, there's going to be a little bit of weight to it, and also it's very big. So I'd rather be safe than sorry, as it were. So let's put this in here. I'm going to layer this up. I'll check my battery once I finish this card and see how much life is left. We shall see. Beautiful. Well, there was a weird feeling on the back. So now I have my card. Now I'm actually going to, on this back section here, I'm going to snip a line which is parallel. I was like, it's not perpendicular, parallel to this, just to flatten off this edge. And what that does is I'll draw on it, crease it like this first of all. If I have a little flat edge on this back panel, it means that this will actually sturdy up the card and it will sit on this flat edge instead of rocking back and forth. So now I have a card that will stand up. That's the plan anyway. So this is going to go here and we're going to pop this on here like this. I'm going to get some wet glue for that. And then for this guy, I want to put some string on the back and also attach this on here as well. So let me grab a tiny glue dot for here. Like this. And then on the back here, I think I'm going to take another layer of, another kite die cut, just to sturdy this up a little bit. I think that will work best. Whenever I'm sandwiching in a piece of the twine, I think that will work best, because otherwise the twine might just slide out a little. Let me find some twine, just like this, and also find a needle, because I would like to thread the twine into the hand of Mr. Elephant. So it looks like he's holding it. Like this. Maybe push it out the other end underneath his hand. If I can do it without poking myself. There we go. So I'm not sure how long I want that to be, but I do know I want this up here. So I shall wrap this around some double-sided sticky tape. Put it on the back here. Peel off. Trim. Position it down to the bottom. And then stick right on top like this. So now my little Ellie has got a kite. Woo! Fun, huh? So this is going to say super right here. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment right on the top section. I've tried to tidy up as I go along and now I can't find my ink pad. Silly me. I don't think I've inked this yet. Let's do a couple of test runs. Nice. And that is from the Dinky Dinos stamp set. Lovely jubbly. Hey Tally, I thought you were on holiday. Are you not on holiday, girl? Did I imagine that? So I'm going to have the word super. Let's get my oxide out again. Ink it up so it matches. It matches the colour of the sky. Yay! Tally is someone else who has been busy crafting with the new Heffy Doodle release. Yay! I managed to get crafty today, Tally. Yay! Which always makes me feel a bit better. Crafting really is therapy, right? Flying out in 6 hours, had to say hi. What? Nice. Hope you have a lovely time. Oh, and just stretch that. Hopefully it'll survive. There we go. Beautiful. I almost had a little panic attack yesterday because, in a super over-exaggerated way, because we had a guy come and oh, there it is. And we had a guy come and do some work in our garden. And our garden is completely closed off. To get to the garden, you have to go through the craft room. And it was raining a lot yesterday. Plus he was working in the garden, so there was a lot of like dirt and mud. Plus it was raining a lot yesterday. So last night I came out, I think I was just setting something in the craft room, and I just looked at the floor and I was like, oh. It looked like a river of mud had just dried in splotches around the place. It was not good. It was not good, guys. A little panic attack. I was actually going to come out last night and craft, and in the end I just curled up with the dog on the sofa and was like, I can't face it, Ranger. Don't make me face it. And then Craig, bless him, he took care of it. He was like, let me go and sort it out for you. I was like, right, it's okay now, you can go in. It was like, I can't even look at it. What have they done to my baby? My poor Crawford. It wasn't his fault. But it doesn't mean I have to like it. All right, we want to make sure that these guys don't interfere with the movement of my kite. And I kind of like the idea of these overhanging, and let's face it, your envelope is going to be square anyway. So I don't think I really need to trim that down, really. Which is exciting. Okay, let's put this the right way up so that it's going to balance and have the sentiment somewhat straight. And one thing I always like to do is the bit that I cut out, I stick in there, because even if it's subtle, there will be a little bit of an ombre blend on there that you'll miss if it's not in exactly the right spot. All right, so we're going to stick this on, and for this I'm going to use a, what to call them, a My Favorite Things replenishment is what they call them. Essentially they look like flat Tic Tacs. This, and they should slide along nicely like that. So first of all, in the back, I need to adhere it to something solid that's going to allow it to move. A circle die works well, but if you don't have one to hand, just trim it down. It's not going to be seen, so it's no biggie. No biggity. And because this is plastic, I do like to use my glossy accents to adhere to it. Let's take a pin to my glossy accents. Do a little sploop on there. I'm going to hold that down. Set an acrylic block on it and put my glossy accents on top. Nope, apparently not. Put 2 acrylic blocks on it. I'm sure that'll be fine. Let me put my replenishments away. great little things. Hong Chao Tran Tuang says, greetings from California. Hello! I'm coming to California next week. Yay! Your cards are always so beautiful. Ah, thank you. That's very sweet. I'm going to move you. Oh no, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to add foam tape to all the back of this. Let me put that up there. Now, I have skinny foam, which is what I'm going to use. Okay. And here's a little tip for you guys if you're not familiar with it. If you actually remove the backing from the foam, then you can maneuver it, for want of a better word, a lot easier. I'm going to try to get it real up close to the top along this area here, because that little circle will need to move around, and in fact I may need to trim down the circle a little bit, but that's okay. So I've got foam all around the outside, and I'm just going to add a piece in the middle, and that's just a stabilizer, just to help it stay stable. Okay, how's this getting on? Mostly dry. So if I put this into the hole here and I slide it along, as long as this top section doesn't touch the foam, it should be fine. Just going to trim it away a little tiny bit. All right. Let's see if I can stick this down now. Without ruining everything. Good news, I've got this thing. I've got this as a bit of a guide. I'm going to have to stick my head in, so apologies for putting my big head in the way. It's a lot harder to line up a circle than it is a rectangle. Okay. That's that. And then I need to adhere. My cute little kite. I'm going to put it at an angle so it comes off the top. It comes off the top of the card, because I think that's fun. And I think these guys need to pop up because the oh, he could hold it as well. No, actually I think it's going to get a bit too messy if I do that. Let's maybe tuck this down into the grass. Yeah, I'll tuck that down into the grass once I'm done. But those guys are going to get popped up. Because the the kite is a little bit raised up, so I think it would be fun for these guys to be in the foreground as well. And then to just finish up this string, I'm going to tuck it in there a little bit. So it disappears in there. There we go. Let's stick this little Heffy lump on here too. Need to replenish my foam tip. My 3M roll has finally run out. But the rolls are so expensive. Where'd you get yours? I don't buy the 3M one. I buy a cheaper one. It's called something like tips for you, as in four, or tips to go, tips to, as in a T, the number 2. If you search for both of them, you'll find it. But they have like a million tapes. So message me and I will give you the SKU, the reference number for the one that I have, if you want to test that out. Yeah, loving it. All right, I think it's dry enough to move. Ta-da! Ooh, it must have got a little bit stuck on here. It's got a little bit of glue on there. I think we're good though. Yay! So I'm happy just moving it with my fingers like this. You can put a penny on the back, and then whenever you move it like this, there is a weight to it, which helps give it a bit more movement. But I think it's cute, don't you? Yay! I think it's really sweet. So mostly Heffy doodle and a little long fun kite. Love it. We'll do a thank you after things calm down a little. Yeah, definitely. All right, let me see what the battery situation is like. 1 second. I don't know how long it's going to last, guys. We might be able to do a quick card. Let's see what else I can find in here that would be fun to play with. Any requests, my dear? Have a little mooch, see what pops out at me. I do like the, oh, here we go. Oh, Father's Day, too true. Father's Day is coming up. I'm making a Father's Day card for my hubby. Oh, yes, Father's Day is coming. We should make a Father's Day card. I'm not sure if Piper has made one or got one. Go away. There's a moth in here. Let's put some of this stuff away so that I'm on top of it. Ew. I apologize in advance if I squeal like a big scaredy cat. Not a big fan of moths or butterflies. Some people are like, I love butterflies, but I can't stand moths. And I'm like, they're the same thing. What should we go for? These are very sand and sea colors. What have we got? What have we got over here? Ooh, I know. We could use our brushes with the one of the stencils to, especially because the stencils are so tiny. So that might be fun to do. Should we try that? Hey Mocap. Mocap says, what are you working on? I've just finished a card, an interactive card with a sliding kite. I'm going to set it over and let it dry a little bit more before I ruin it. And I'm going to start work on a card using this. Actually, do you know what might be fun, and I've not really done it yet, is using oxides on craft cardstock. Have any of you guys used oxides on craft cardstock before? I've heard that it looks kind of cool. Should we give it a go? I'll use my little teeny weeny tiny brushes. I think that one will do. I do have a littler one if I need it. Like a couple of colors. Marigold, berries maybe. And these ones are more softer. Let's try these ones and then maybe the berries. We'll see. Ooh, I always get so surprised about the oxides because they're so creamy, even though that's the whole point of them, isn't it? Yes, these little brushes are quite handy for getting the ink in just the right spot. Let's see if this works. Microfiber cloth, you say? I'm sure I probably have some inside somewhere. The craft works really well here because of the chalky look, and lightens it up a lot. I also do think that the dye inks transfer a lot more than like the pigment inks or these kind of inks. I think these ones clean off a little bit better. You know, in the like 3 days I've used them. Mocap says, you know how to read whispers. Should be a small purple text bubble icon on the left bottom of the chat window. Oh, okay. So I'm streaming on multiple platforms at the moment. Mocap. I just got that. Mocap. Oh, clever. So the comments are all combined. So I might not see exactly what it is that you are mentioning. Let's go for some shaded lilac in the middle here. This paper, maybe it's just the oxide. It just doesn't seem to absorb it as quickly as I would expect. I'll just have to give it some time. This one I've done. And this one. On the plus side, my baby wipe is going to be covered in beautiful pastel tones, which is pretty. Hey Nancy, came in late, but hello from Long Island, New York. Hey, are you working tonight, girl? Every time you say that you're working, I always think of ice cream. I'm like, I want an ice cream. Scattered straw. Okay. I'm not sure how different that's going to look from the green. One of those annoying things we won't know unless we pull off the stencil, I reckon. I need something for here, here, and here. Maybe a blue? Shall I see if I can hunt down a blue? Day off, booyah! Hope you're getting crafty. What do I need? Broken china? Everybody loves broken china. Oh, maybe broken china's a bit too much. Ah, well, we'll just deal with it. I'm gonna go over that one. And this one. A little bit here, although I'll probably have to trim this panel down, to be honest. All right, nice. Organizing my embossing folders. You know, whenever I was in labor with Piper, I woke up and I thought, right, I don't quite feel right. I've got all these pains, but it's probably just Braxton Hicks. And I sent Craig off to work. And then it got serious. And the only thing that I could think of to get me in the zone of relaxation was sorting out my craft room. So I sorted out all my little embellishments like sequins and brads and eyelets and everything. Wow, look at that. It's quite a masculine, like boyish feel, I think. Maybe it's just the craft that makes me think that, but a lot more muted. Isn't it fun? Oh, I should also mention that Heffy Doodle and Thermoweb this week have paired up to do a collaboration. So if you haven't already checked it out, you should probably head over to the Heffy Doodle blog, because we've had loads of projects. The whole team has been on the blog this week, including me. Let me show you the card I made. Using the Thermoweb products. Ta-da! So a lot of the Thermoweb products have got like foil and glitz and glamour. So I used the foil on the edges here, this teal colored foil, and I also had the foil on this foam die cut word. Here I put the foil onto some cardstock and then used the stitched alphabeters to cut them out. And I got a little happy snappy crock on a wibble wobble, and can you see the background? It's like so, let me see if I can focus. It's so glitzy, it's beautiful. And that is the Gina K Glitz Glamour Paste, I think it is. It's very nice. I had lots of fun playing with it. Well, I also had some trouble playing with it, because I intended to use my laminator, couldn't get the word out there. I intended to use my laminator, but my laminator was really old and worked perfectly fine as a laminator, but not so good as a foiling laminator, unfortunately. So it ruined everything. Hey ho, it happens. Okay. So I really like this. I'm going to turn this into almost like pattern paper by trimming this down into a 5.5 by 4.25 panel. Yeah. And then we'll have to decide what's going to go on it. What are we going to put on it? So pretty. Foil looks great, says Suze. Yeah, it was really fun. It really was fun. And the girls from the ThermoWeb team came up with some amazing projects, with the Happy Doodle goodies too. So that's fun also. Loving this. Whenever I have a gorgeous like pattern paper in the background here, I'm always a bit reluctant to actually cover it up. Maybe we could put an aperture in the middle and turn it into some sort of like a frame almost, turn it into a frame. That might work. And then we can put something in the middle, can't we? Oh, I love it. I've got 2 pieces. Festive, says Nancy. Yeah. Well, because it's glitzy and red. I suppose that is festive. This looks like it's got a smudge on it. Probably has, knowing my luck. So what if we put this onto some white card? Popped it up. One elephant's out of the way before I damage you. I think it looks quite cool in that background. Or we could pop this up like this, either with some vellum in between or some acetate. Oh, who knows? And our special day sentiment jewels, I'm pretty sure it's got something about Father's Day in it, so maybe we should do that. Let's have a look. Holiday sentiment jewels. Teach you every day. It's going to be the last one that I look at, for sure, right? Here we go. They don't have a name on it, that's fine. Happy Father's Day. Well done, Dad. I turned out awesome. Oh, yeah. Are those your oxides in the background standing on their side? Don't they leak? Standing on their side? They're up like this? Oh, you mean at the background? Yes. No, they don't leak. No, those are my inks, not my oxides. They're my inks. And they don't leak. Although, now that you mention it, I think that my Distress oxides are much juicier. So I would probably be more reluctant about having oxides on their side. But for my Distress inks, is no problem. I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to put your mute quick. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Excuse me. Sorry, that snuck up on me a little bit quicker than anticipated. Normally I get a little bit more warning before sneezels happen. Okay. So for this, I'm going to use the Special Day Sentiment Jewels from Heffy Doodle. And there's a cool sentiment that says, Happy Father's Day. Well done, Dad. I turned out awesome. And I'm going to attempt to do a two-tone on this by masking off the bottom section and then inking up the top. Question is, what color do we want? Kind of like the muted tones that we have going on there. Maybe go for khaki. Not used this stamp before, so we'll probably need to ink it up a couple of times. Khaki might be a bit on the green side, actually. Yeah, it's pooling a little, which is completely normal for a new stamp. So I'll just clean it off and do one more time, and that should be better. Just helps prime it. There we go. I'll carry through that sort of brown tone. And this is a Simon Says stamp ink pad. So these guys characteristically will, the stamped impression will smooth out as it dries. Sometimes it can look a little blotchy when you first do it. Hi Panielle, hello Leslie, tuned in as you were saying you had Braxton Hicks and I got very confused. Oh, I was just telling a story about when I got into labour. Received my happy Heffy mail this week, hope to get to by this weekend. The new card is divine. Yay, I'm so glad that you are enjoying the new cardstock. The trouble I had trying to get 8.5 by 11 cardstock over here, every paper mill is like, yeah, we can do card, no problem, no problem, no problem, no problem. And then, oh, well, to be fair, most of them were like, we can cut it down, but the minimum order quantity is gazillions. I was like, oh, I don't have a warehouse, so I cannot do that. Thank you very much. So we've got, we need a different color in here. Let me see what I've got. Let me see if I've got a bit of a muted tone in here that might work grand. I think this one would work, which is called Steel Blue. It's a bit more of a muted tone rather than a bright and vibrant color. So I'm using my Heffy memo tape to mask off the large text this time. And I'm gonna need to do that another time. Bless you for the sneeze. Thank you, Suze. So do you guys have any travel tips for me or California tips for me? Because yeah, one week and I'll be there, and I am zero prepared. Zero indeed. Beeps. Lauren is saying, shoot, I didn't do anything for my dad. Oh dear. That's not so good. Quick. The thing is, it's so hard for dads. Well, I guess it depends on your dad. But for like Craig's mum, flowers, happy. My mum, handbag, purse or shoes. And the great thing is that she's the kind of person that you just go to a shop and then you're like, oh, my mum would love that. Yeah, so you can always find things. With dads though, it's a little bit harder, isn't it? Piper's school does a Father's Day shop and Mother's Day shop where you bring in £2 and then everybody who brought in £2 will, on a particular day, get brought down to a room, and we have got the parent-teacher committee thing has bought a whole load of gifts, and then you choose one and they put the child's name on it and the class, and then they take it away and they wrap it and they put the child's name and class on it, or they write on it, to Dad from Piper, yeah, that kind of thing. So she has got something for him for this year from that, which is always good. But it's really hard. So I'm in the PTA, and for Mother's Day, you always get loads of things. There's like mugs, necklaces, bracelets, key rings, and all that stuff. For dads, though, it's really, really hard. Even some of the key rings were a little like, one was like a poop, like a poop emoji. It was so funny. Lauren says, I don't think my brother did as well. Oops. But we're going out for lunch with my mum's side of the family. So yeah, oh dear. Does that mean Dad gets to go or no? Well, if you're going out for lunch and Dad's coming, just go, Dad, I'll buy you lunch. Boom, done. They should put beer and hot sauce in the shop. They should. I don't think the school's too keen on having beer as an option. We had a mufti day. Do you guys call it a mufti day? You probably don't. We call it a mufti day. A mufti day is when you wear your normal clothes and you bring like money in for charity or whatever. And so the mufti day today was for the summer fair, and our school is divided into two buildings. So everybody in this building, instead of bringing money, they brought either sweets or chocolates, and then on this side they bring a jar or a bottle of something. And then the summer fair, it's on a tombola, you know, where you pick the tickets, and if it ends in a 5 or a 0, then you get whatever's on the table. And so we brought in a bottle of wine, and Piper was like, the teacher says kids aren't supposed to be seen with any alcohols. I was like, it's okay. It's in a bag, Piper. Nobody's going to see it. Off you go. She's like, I just don't want to carry it in, Mom. I was like, you're fine. Go on. Like, you're in the school kit. But for the summer fair, there is a hamper as a raffle prize. And one of the first prize is a wheelbarrow of booze. Which I thought was funny. All right, let's stick this little guy in here. I'm gonna raise this up. I reckon. And I think we need to have, what if we put, this is cute, it just popped out at me. What if we had a little box here, and then one of the peekaboo pals popping out of it? That might be sweet. Wouldn't it? A white box. Fine root beer then, says Amanda. Yeah, absolutely. My hubby would be okay with beer and hot sauce. Yeah. My 12-year-old asked me if I could take her to get a bottle of scotch. Oh, she knows him so well. Oh, fantastic. One happy daddy then. This is going to be up here, I reckon. And we need an animal peeking out. And we've got loads of animals here. But I'm navigating towards the monkey because I feel like if it's from a child, it's like a cheeky little monkey. What do you think? Should we go for a monkey? Oops. I think so. Oh, that's not a monkey. There we go. Amanda says, yes, monkey. Don't forget to do the little fingers. Or hands, I suppose. Monkeys have hands, right? Okay, let's colour these ones in. I'm gonna go for darker colours on this monkey, I reckon. At least for the monkey fur, anyway. And those cute little ears. And then we'll go lighter for his skin, maybe E21. And where is E00? That will work. No, monkey. There we go. You could make the monkey say, I just wanted to say you're the best. I think I might have a little, one of the little what you saying stamps. I'm pretty sure it says you're the best, so we could maybe have a look and see if we could do something like that. I'm gonna leave the inside of his ears white. Normally I would probably pull out a pink pen or something, but I think the white will look best with the white on the card, the sentiment strip. My battery is really running low, so we'll have to wrap this up, I'm afraid. My fault, because I took loads of pictures today of all the things I've been crafting for the new release. Dun, dun, dun. One little paw or hand. Oops. And two little hands. Chloe. Amanda says, I can't wait to see the new release. So sneak peeks on 23rd, I do believe. And we've got 5 days of sneak peeks, and then we've got 3 days of reveals, which takes us up to the end of the month. And then pre-orders open, and I can't remember off the top of my head whether it's the 30th of June or the 1st of July, but it's that kind of time frame. And as always, we will have a promotion during the pre-order phase, where if you pre-order anything, which includes at least one item from the new release, then you'll get the promotional stamp set free in your order. All right, I feel like we need to add some shading to this little guy. Probably just some gray shading. It can be a white cardboard box. C0. Are you sure? I thought sneak peeks were today. You want some sneak peeks? Is that what you're hinting at? Nice. Sneakity peekity. There we go. Doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit of colour so it doesn't look so flat on there. Yes, please. No. Sorry, my love. No sneaky peekies just now. Right, where is my... There we go. We'll stick this down. So this box die is from the All Prettied Up die set from Mama Elephant, in case you are wondering. Oops. And then you adhere it like this. And then this little guy goes right in there. And we'll stick his teeny weeny hands on the side. Lost a hand. Where did it go to? There it is. Love it. So let's put some foam on this. Pop it up. I do love a bit of dimension. Even though I'm not making it into a shaker card or anything like that. Just like the dimension on there. Amanda, I will mention that there was an accident earlier where I brought in a piece of cardstock. I think it was to cut some clouds. And on my cardstock was a piece of Heffy memo tape, upon which was a stamped image, something from the new release. Oh dear me. I'm not sure whether it was significant, like it was there on screen for a significant enough time, or whether it would just be a big blur. If you went back and tried to look again. Okay. So let's stick this little cheeky monkey down. Love it. And I think what I'll do is I'll turn this into like a fishtail. So I'm going to try and eyeball how much is on the end of this. And then cut in about 1/2 centimeter. And then cut from the corners into where that snip ends, like so. I'll center that, and then Lauren had the idea to put "You're the best" in there. So I'm going to have a quick look at my What You Saying stamps, and I'm not sure if it's in the What You Saying or What You Saying Now. So I'll have to have a look at both of them and see. Maybe there's a little speech bubble sentiment that would work great for this. Here's what she's saying. Here's what she's saying now. So we've got "You're the best," "Love you more," "Sending hugs," "I think you're great," "Cheers to you." What do you think? Which of these would be best, do you think? There was one where you got the monkey as well. Oh, really? Let me have a look. Oh, just wanted to say, oh yeah, "You're the best." Oh, I should have stamped that before I stuck that down. Just wanted to say, and then have like a speech bubble. I like the little thinky bubble. You're the best. I think what I'm going to do is bring in one of these tones. Maybe the Shabby Shutters. Oh, not Shabby Shutters. Scottish Straw. Oh no, I need to do it on. Craft cardstock to get the same tone through. Cheers or congrats to you. Suze says "You're the best." probably cut this out while it's still drying. Not going to affect it too much. I like the "you're the best." I think "you're great" is a little bit non-committal or something. Dad, I think you're all right. I think you're adequate for a father. All right, I want to get the "just wanted to say," but because I've already stuck this down, maybe I can just pull it off. Nope, that is stuck down. I'm going to get my long acrylic block. This one's small, but oh, it's just big enough. That'll probably work just fine. Right, I'm going to go for black for this because, quite frankly, I feel like my camera is going to die at any moment. I did it. Just wanted to say. Whoop. You the best. No, you're the best. Aww. So just a reminder to everyone who missed my chit chat at the start. There'll be no Come Craft With Me for 2 weeks. Next week I'm in California, then the week after I am in Minnesota. I assume that's how they say it. So the second week is probably more likely that I might be able to do some sort of a stream, probably from my phone or something. So I've never done that before. I've only ever done it from my computer. But there is a first time for everything, they say. It's still a little wet, so I don't want to handle it too much. There we go. Yeah. Whoop. All right, I'm going to call that one done. Let me hold it up so you can actually see it properly. Happy Father's Day. Well done, Dad. I turned out awesome. I really like the craft, the oxide on craft. It's super fun. And we also made this one. Hope your day is super, with a little slidey kite on the go. Yay! Amanda says, California, where at? Palo Alto. Not going to be in New York. Sorry, Nancy. If I was, I'd come to Friendlies. You know it. I'd have to go to all the Friendlies and be like, does Nancy work here? Does Nancy work here? That's what I do. All right. 2 cards. I'm afraid that's all we're going to have time for because my camera is about to poop out on me. So thank you so much. And I'm sorry I was late getting started today. Always an update on Friday night. Don't know why. Probably because most people work Monday to Friday. So whenever Microsoft are like, what's the best time to do an update? Like, Friday. Yeah, that's probably it. So thank you very much, and I shall see you when I see you. Keep your notifications turned on because you never know when I might just decide to do an impromptu crafty craft session. I might even give you a little bit of tour of Junkie Fest if that is that's such a thing as a permitted. And Candy, I will see you in just over a week. How exciting is that? I get in on the Tuesday, and I ordered a Heffy Doodle hoodie. So you'll be able to like recognize me, even though you see my face. So it's on you, girl, because I don't know what your face looks like, but you know what this face looks like. Of course, I'll have a little bit of makeup and stuff on, so I'll look completely different Cinderella format, of course. But yeah, I get on the Tuesday, so I shall see you then. How exciting! Okay, really must go now. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for crafting with me, and I shall see you soon. Ciao!